The evolution of life on Earth seems to have been profoundly altered by collisions with such bodies.
Asteroids.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, and welcome to Eve. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? Isn't it wonderful? Do you notice how low my frames per second are right now? My goodness, that's atrocious. Oh boy. Well, let me show you the reason why the frames per second are so low and so darn slow and painful and bad and ugly. I made a big ship. It's really big. It's very large. Yeah. Might be a little bit of overkill here. So, what we're gonna do first, having come to Eve, is we're gonna try to land this guy here. Now, in order to do that, I've done some tests. It is relatively difficult to land it. So what I want to do is I want to be able to aim where I'm actually going to land. So I'm going to take a little bit of fuel out of here and put it into this orange tank over here. Not too much, mind you. For crying out loud. I gotta get the balancing on this right. This is so painful when you have such low frames per second to deal with here. Maybe what I'll end up doing... Do I have like a smaller tank that I can use to transfer fuel out of? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe that's what we'll end up doing. Let's see. I should have like a really small tank here somewhere. This guy here. Okay. 360, 440. That should work pretty nicely. Okay. Grab from here, and let's just transfer... Oh boy. It's gonna kill most of my fuel though, isn't it? I don't want to use up too much fuel doing this. Oh my god, how am I gonna do this without using up all of the fuel that I have? This still has fuel. Yeah. Maybe I could just transfer out of here, though. Take like 2 of these, put it into here. Hopefully that'll be okay. Yeah, and then I can just transfer. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to end up doing. So, let's just use these small ones here. Okay. 1... and 2, 90 units. Let's go with 3 just to be safe. Okay, and then we can transfer fuel from there back into these. We've done all this transferring around, so I'm just gonna quick save here, and let's go for this descent. Let's try this out. Let's see what actually happens. So we will undock from here, and let's just switch over to our Rover Majigama thing, and load that in. Great. Let's retract our little solar panels here, and yeah, I've got the action groups wrong on this. Don't judge me for my action groups. So we'll retract the little ones. We're going to extend out the large panels. We're going to use these to maintain charge. Yeah, we're going to use these to maintain charge until we start descending into the atmosphere of Eve, and then these are going to rip off, but we will still, on the surface, have these little panels to keep us charged up while we're roving around. At least, that's the idea. So we got a little bit of separation here. Let's rotate ourselves around. in this direction and not collide with the spaceship would be a nice idea. Okay. And then once we're pointing along the retrograde vector, what we're going to do is fire up our nuclear engines and adjust our orbit such that we fall down to the surface of the planet. Won't that be fun? I think it will. At any rate, let's just see where we are right now. I think what I want to do, frankly, because more or less, this is the highest point. So, if I can, maybe I can do it on this orbit where I just descend down here. I don't know. That looks a little bit rocky. I think what I want to do is I want to come down in and around this peninsula here. So I'll probably start burning hereabouts and try to descend from there. That should be fine. Right? We'll see how it all works out. For now, though, let's get ourselves roughly oriented the way that we want to be. And, again, frame rate, atrocious. But hopefully, after one orbit, we'll be distant enough away from this. I think at about 2 kilometers or so, it only starts calculating whatever's local. Like, there's a 2-kilometer bubble that it calculates parts in. So hopefully the frame rate will spike back up once these two ships are about 2.5 kilometers apart. We'll see. At any rate, a whole lot of blah 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 blah. Let's accelerate some time here, and let's move out to the map view so I can actually see what's going on. And like I said, we're just going to try to get ourselves up and over around here somewhere. Yeah. So maybe once we come up and over here, I'll start to decelerate, more or less. That should be okay, I think. Alright, so that's pretty good. So pretty. Yeah, didn't get as much of a change there, did it? Well, let's, whoa. Let's aim ourselves this way. Find ourselves our retrograde. Up over there. And let us also turn these engines on. So, activate these engines. Activate. Activate. And activate. Okay. And now that we've got everything more or less set up the way that we want, let's have a look here. Okay. So if I start burning here abouts, we should be able to get ourselves to come down here abouts. Let's just speed this up a little bit. It's an interesting little anomaly we got going on down there. Nice little mountainous region down there. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I'm thinking roughly here, more or less, is where we want to start our burn. And I want to monitor this thing's fuel just to see how this actually works. Because I don't want to use any more fuel than what I've got up here, and I'm hoping the engines will draw from this first. Ugh. Anyway, let's see what actually winds up happening. Oh boy, it's not drawing from there. Where the hell is it drawing from? Oh boy. Where are you drawing fuel from? Where are you drawing fuel from? Seriously, where are you drawing fuel from? I don't understand anything that's going on right now. Okay, well, let's try and figure this out. Kind of important to figure out where the fuel's coming from so I can transfer it off again. It's not coming from there. It's coming from these tanks? Yeah, I guess it is. Coming from those tanks there. Oh yeah, because fuel doesn't transfer through these, so it's coming through here and into here. Okay, well, whatever. Now I've got to more or less sort out how much fuel I've used up. Okay, so 2 tanks are drawing fuel. Let's just roughly try to coordinate this. I might want to redo this whole thing from a quick load, but I just want to see what my periapse is like right now. How quickly can I drop that off? Pretty darn quick if I feel like it. And again, I gotta run a calculation, so 135 units of liquid, meaning that out of each one of these I only want to be burning off 65, 67 units off of this. So once we get to about, yeah, let's just say 60 units out of each of these would be a reasonable amount. And how deep into the atmosphere does that get me, 60 units? Well, I mean 120 units, but whatever. Let's just go with 65 because the math is a little bit easier at that point. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, so that's more or less 65. And what has that done? It's brought that down significantly. What altitude am I at? 100 or so. So I guess what I really want to be doing is right after I get here, I do my burn. Hopefully that'll descend me to where I need to be. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see what actually happens. So, let's try and keep this thing along the retrograde, and we're just gonna keep on burning this way until our liquid fuel reading goes down to 95. Then we're gonna cut the engines, transfer the fuel from the orange tank into these other fuel tanks here with the orange parachutes on top of them. And then we'll do the descent. We have been captured, apparently. That's cool. And yeah. Then I'll actually check what my my trajectory is going to be. 95. Okay, cool. Very quickly. Transfer the fuel. Great. We did it. We win at life. Okay, so now, what is my actual periapse at? Periapse is at 24. I might have wanted to do that a little bit earlier on, looking at it now. But anyway, I should be getting captured fairly soon. I'm just hoping to drop down somewhere in here, because I think that this is flat terrain. I'm not sure though, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I start to really get captured inside of the atmosphere at approximately 89 kilometers up. So let's just speed up time a little bit here. Yeah, so now I'm actually in the atmosphere. And descending rapidly. Right about there-ish is when I'm really going to start to feel the atmosphere. So let's just watch this. See what starts to happen here. And I want to, again, keep more or less on the retrograde. There we go. So now it's really starting to catch the atmosphere. And hopefully it'll hit it fast enough that I'll wind up coming down near this little jutting ocean jigama thing. So, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer, periapsis drop below. Okay, cool. Let's go back in here, and let's, no, I don't want to control from there, I just want to undock the orange tank. Okay. What am I controlling right now? I'm controlling this right now. So, hopefully the orange tank will start to spin away. Maybe I can just like nudge it off a little bit. There we go. Put my T on. Maybe by doing this I can nudge it off a little bit. I don't know. 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 I don't know what's going on. We are losing electric charge. That's okay, though. We expected to lose electric charge. All that I'm really concerned with is whether or not I can get down to the surface. Here comes the heating. Hopefully this amount of atmosphere will draw that orange tank away. There we go. I think those solar cells are starting to pull it away from the craft a little bit. And now it's coming back. Duh. No, go away. I don't like you. Go away. Go away. You cheeky little monkey. Go away. Let's deploy the chutes. Could have been worse. Okay. So now we should nice and gently fall to the surface of the planet. Probably want to also do materials bay. Keep that, and let's do a goo. Keep that. Okay, so we're coming down. The drag chutes, these little guys here, should deploy relatively soon. And again, don't want to use too much fuel. Might just wind up using monopropellant, to be honest. I don't think that's going to do anything, really. So I'll probably have to use the nukes to try to arrest my landing here a little bit. Boy. Where am I coming down? I mean, there's worse places that I could be coming down, really. It's still a long drive to get where I want to be. I don't think this is, like, all that bad of a place to be coming down. Anyway, should be getting drag chutes deploying any second now. You can start to see terrain effects coming into place. These little blotches that you're seeing on the screen are boulders on the surface of Eve. And look at that atmosphere. Look at that sky. Look at that atmosphere. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah. Where's my drag chutes at? Come on now. Don't be like that. Deploy. I know you want to. Come on. Should be getting drag chutes any second now anyway. Come on. Drag chutes. Whenever you're ready. Okay, come on guys. This is not funny. There we go. Okay, so under 40 meters per second descent. That's going to explode soon. And very soon. Let me just switch into the cabin for a second here. Because the altimeter should give us, this is surface, like radar altitude as you're seeing here. So, I think when we get down to about here, I want to engage the engines, right? Because that's 2,000 meters above sea level, but our actual radar altitude is 1,000. Yeah. So we should get full parachute deploy. Ooh, that's pretty. This looks pretty flat as well. You know what? I'm going to chance it. I'm going to not use my engines at all. I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to cross my fingers. As many of them as I can. Maybe cross my toes here too. Because the surface itself looks pretty darn flat. I think I'm going to turn off my SAS as well. And we'll just let this thing come down on its own. I'm hoping this is going to be okay. I don't know, but maybe if we're really lucky, this is going to land and not break itself apart during landing. Here we come. Here we go. Okay, what's going to happen? Oh my goodness. Did it actually stay together? It looks like it did. Oh. Let's just do an investigation here. I'm not really seeing any damage. Okay. Let's just let's put the brakes on first. And let's try our solar cells. Do we have all 4 of them still? Nice. Okay. So we'll allow the electric charge to build. And let's open up our F3 here, which is going to give us flight history. Now I think liftoff is actually when we undocked from the spaceship. This would be where the orange tank actually collided with the surface. That's the docking port colliding with the surface. Solar arrays collided with the surface. And the orange tank itself crashed into the terrain. But I don't see anything else being broken. Aside from the wheels, obviously. Okay. Okay. That's good. I think we actually landed this thing. Amazing. Sweet. You know what? Turn T on. And I think what we'll do at this point is it would probably be a good idea to save. You know? Now that we're down here, and since it's taken me like 7 different attempts to get this down here while recording, we will quick save. Or will we? Okay, let's think this through. I may very well need to send a rescue mission to this. But one way or another, we have what we want on the surface. So you know what? Quick save. Can't go back now. Okay, So now that we have full electric charge, I'm just going to turn T off again because we're not actually going to be moving at all. And we're going to retract our solar panels as well. And let's go ahead and just pause here for a moment, and I will be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So, let's gather up some science. Now, where did I put all the science on this thing? I put a little bit of science there, and I put a little bit of science there. And I'm pretty darn sure that I can get my guys over here to gather this science. This should be fun. Okay, who are we going to do? Bob or Bill? Bill, you're going to go EVA first. But before you do, let's get our ladders out. As you can see, there are a few ladders on this. Eve's surface gravity is pretty darned high, and as a result, moving around is not easy. So, in order to facilitate movement, I've just dropped blah, 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 down to the ground. Okay, well, whatever. Bill's still okay. That's the important part. In order to facilitate movement around, I had to put ladders pretty much on everything just to make sure that these guys could move around. So, let's go ahead and get this thing back on its feet, as it were. Repair. I think I want to just do these in opposition to one another. Repair. Repair. Okay, sweet. In theory, this thing can now rove. It's great. Let's get Bill back up to the top. And let's gather up that science that we were getting while we were descending towards the surface of Eve. And fall onto there. Good job, buddy. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta be very, very careful. Don't want you falling off again. Okay, grab onto there. There you go. Get yourself over here. Yup. Come on, come on. Just get around the thruster. There we go. Okay, good. Now, come over here. Take data. Good. And then let's go back on over here to Bob. Bob, I would like for you to log some seismic data. Thank you, Bob. Whoa, okay. I just fell through the universe. That's interesting. Uh-huh. Well. Things I do not understand. Moving right along. Yep. And let's go back. Okay, buddy. Grab on there. Go on up. No. Okay, just stop with the clipping, please. Climb up just a little bit. Collect the data. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jimmy. Uh-huh. Okay, could you not clip into the side of the... Bill, you're killing me, buddy. You're killing me. You're killing me, buddy. Well, Bill's stuck. Good thing we quick saved. Go. Board. What has that left us with inside of the cabin? 12 different bits of science. Sweet. Save that. Okay. So, we did it. Now, we've done all the science that we need to do. We don't need parachutes anymore. So the first thing that I want to do is retract the gears. And by retract the gears, I mean ladders. The next thing that I want to do is get rid of all the science. Once more, we shall save. And to get rid of all the science, I have created an ingenious system by which to dump the science experiments. It involves these, and it involves these. So, check this out. So many explosions. Oh, that's weird. I thought this would have dropped off too. Do those come off with the... No. Okay, we got to figure out what these are as well. Make a little impromptu stage here. Alright, more explosions. More explosions. So many explosions. Okay. Sweet. So now all that we've got left is, well, the ladders themselves, right? I'm hoping I still have these that actually work. Let's just make sure of that, shall we? It would appear that we still do. Wonderful! Wonderful. So everything's still okay there. It looks like everything's still intact here. I suppose the final test that we'll need to do is whether or not this thing can actually rove. We still have all these intact? Yeah, we do. Alright, let's retract those away. Don't need them right now. And since the atmosphere is so thick, we don't want them to get broken. So, let's take the brakes off. And let's see about this thing roving. Well, it moves. And it can stop itself. That's good. Now, which direction do we want to go in? That's the next question. Well... let's just save that now that we know that everything's working, more or less. And, let's see. Well, we want this to go over here somewhere, right? Yeah. We need this to be over here. So we'll start making our way that way, I guess. Purple Passion People Pod! Yeah. Let's start making our way over here. And, in the next episode, what we'll be doing, hopefully, is landing yet another thing on the surface of Eve. We're going to be landing our boat, more or less in that little puddle, which is actually a ginormous ocean right over here. And then we can like boat around a little bit, and then get back into our rover, and bring our rover up to the top of the mountain, and then launch back up off of Eve, rendezvous with this glorious Purple Passion spaceship, and head on off for Gilly. Do some science on Gilly too. That'll be fun, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, track these solar panels, and let's start driving. But thank goodness for quick saves, right? Anyway, whatever. This is going to be a long and painful process, which I am going to skip over, so I'm going to get this thing moving more or less in the correct direction. I think actually we are going in the correct direction, just heading this way. But anyway, until next time, I'm going to maneuver this rover over to where we need it to be, roughly over here, and then we'll do a landing of the actual... we'll do a landing of the boat, and that'll more or less be that, I think, for the next video. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Take it easy.
Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that there is anyone who will come and save us.